As I expected, Nocturnal Animals does not come out in my local cinemas this weekend, so every single UK movie reviewer will see that film this weekend, minus me. So let's review the late release instead. Going into this film, I was actually kind of interested because the critical reception has been kind of divided. Some people really love it and some people obviously really don't love it. So I was curious to see how I would feel about it and which side I would fall on. And I gotta say guys, I actually quite like The Accountant. And the big reason why I enjoyed this film is because of Ben Affleck's character. He's one of these characters who's socially awkward. He has autism, so he doesn't know how to talk to people. He doesn't know how to communicate properly. And characters like that in films can go one or two ways. They could be really boring people, or they can have something about them that makes them interesting. And in Ben Affleck's case with this film, his character was interesting to me. Seeing him doing his accounting stuff for actual businesses and then accounting for criminal organisations, I found that stuff interesting, just seeing him work his craft, but then seeing flashbacks to his childhood, and he had kind of a peculiar childhood, let's just put it that way. It just added more and more to his character, and the stuff that he went through in his childhood just made him a much more interesting person. You're like, wow, you did some stuff. And that intrigue carried the entire film for me. If Ben Affleck's character was boring, I probably wouldn't have even liked this film. His relationship with Anna Kendrick was really good as well. Anna Kendrick is the person who comes into his life, and you can tell she's the one that's getting him to talk a little bit more, getting him a little bit more confident in talking to people. So seeing the two interact at first was awkward because obviously Ben Affleck's character is awkward, and it was kind of funny how awkward it was, but eventually it grows a bit more and he starts to get a bit more comfortable around her. I just like seeing him get close to this person and seeing him getting to actually talk to somebody because he actually wants to associate with people, and that's another part about his character that I really liked. He can't talk to people, he's socially awkward, he can't conversate, but he wants to. And in that aspect, you also kind of feel sorry for him because he can't do what he wants to do because of his condition. Outside of Ben Affleck's character, the story of this film was good. It was an interesting story, more or less. It's just Ben Affleck going around doing his accounting stuff, Anna Kendrick's getting mixed up in it, and he's just going after some bad people. It's a pretty standard story for this kind of film. And I have to mention the one thing that every other movie reviewer has said in their reviews for The Accountant, and that is J.K. Simmons' character in this film. He has an interesting backstory regarding a certain event that took place that I will not spoil. And you know that big scene that everyone talks about where he just splurges all this exposition about Ben Affleck's character? Yeah, that was there, and I was like, yeah, this is the exposition scene everyone was talking about. But it was made up for because, and I keep going back to this word, it was interesting. The stuff with J.K. Simmons' backstory, with that certain event and how that ties into other things in the film, I found interesting. Regarding issues with the film, it's a slow film, it's a character study first and then action thriller second, and in that sense it is slow. Sometimes it slows down just a little bit. I never got incredibly bored watching the film, but I was not always constantly, entertained or constantly interested, even though I did find the film overall an intriguing movie. There were some times towards the middle where it did slow down a little bit and I was like, okay, let's actually get doing something now. In the first, I'd say 10 or 15 minutes are a little bit wonky. It jumps between different characters and it shows Ben Affleck doing accounting stuff at his business, and it's not necessarily relevant to the story. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for The Accountant. I actually quite like this film. I will say though, I don't really think I'll ever want to watch this film again, because now that I've watched it, I don't feel like I need to go back and find any new stuff about it. So it's one of those one-watch movies, but it's a really good one-watch movie. I'm going to give The Accountant a 4 out of 5. Let me know in the comments what you thought of The Accountant, and to my UK viewers, what did you think of Nocturnal Animals? Was it good? Because like I said, I don't get to see it this weekend. Let me know all that stuff below, guys, and if you want to see more of my stuff, click on one of these links and I'll see you all in the next video.